Hello everyone and welcome to Infused Transitions. I am so glad that you are here. If you're new, welcome. We're so glad that you found us, that you've decided to join us. If the video resonates with you, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If this one doesn't resonate with you, feel free to go check out any of the other videos that have been posted to this channel. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much, you guys. I so greatly appreciate your support, your being here, your energy. Just by you being here helps me to be able to tune in to, you know, what you're wanting to receive as messages. So I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. If you're wanting to learn more about how I read, feel free to check out the information in the description box below, as well as if you would like to check out more about what I do, you can go to infusedtransitions.com and you can check out my services there. So let's see, without any further ado, we are going to, ooh, that did not want to go through. Did you see that? We are just going to begin. I am leaving this reading open to whatever, you know, God, source, spirit, universe, I tend to say utmost high or spirit, wants to discuss with us. Okay. So let's dive in. We will see what comes up. I never seem to know, am I going to be using one deck or multiple decks? So I guess we'll see. All right. Let's see. We're going to get some cards out here and see, they're already mixing it up. They're showing me, what are you showing me? All right. That's why they showed it to me. All right. So they told me to get out this deck. And well, actually, I got out several decks. I haven't used this deck actually for quite some time, but I do enjoy it. This is the Magical Messages from the Fairies deck. By Doreen Virtue. I don't know if those are decks that are available anymore. You would have to look that up and see if you can find them, if it's something you're interested in purchasing. All right. So we will be using this deck, so you didn't sit through all that shuffling for no reason. I think that's going to be the deck that I end up using to bring things into further clarifying down the line here, and that is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot is this one. All right. Let's see what messages are going to come through. This is for Infused Transitions Collective. Let's see. Let's get at least one more. Let's get at least one more. Thank you. All right. All right. So we have get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. We also see an iris here. And clear crystal quartz. I'm also seeing, again, it makes sense, right? We've got the root chakra, then the sacral, and then the solar plexus chakras. So this is very much about the human body here in this dimension. So, you know, an exercise doesn't have to be this major, you know, undertaking, right? It is what we make it be, if that makes sense, right? Like when I first started working out, I just the thought of it made me feel very, very overwhelmed. And then I realized, you know what? It's only going to be overwhelming if I go in there with all of these expectations I set on myself and all of these demands that I set on myself. Because if I just go and I just show up at the gym, even if just walking, and I have the luxury of, you know, it's only a couple miles from my house. So I was able to walk to the gym. Even if I literally just walked to the gym and turned around and walked home, that's exercise. Nobody says you have to walk 2 miles to begin with. But my point is that I started out even not even doing that, I literally just walked across the street and went to a subdivision across the street because it's much quieter and a lot less traffic, and just started walking around in there. And it's a very, very small subdivision, very small. So it was good. I started out with that. Then I tackled the very, very steep hill going down and another steep one going up, and then another smaller one that goes up. And I just started doing that. And then I would walk back down, walk back home again. And then eventually I started walking to the gym. So for some, it's about just getting your body moving in some way, shape, or form would be very supportive for you right now. Sometimes it's not about what the body needs. Now hear me out. Yes, our body needs exercise. I'm not disputing that at all. Sometimes though, the need can come at first. It might not be to address the body. It can be to address the emotional body or the mental body. Maybe there's a lot of stress going on, or maybe there's a lot of the heavier emotions happening, or maybe there's thoughts that have just been swimming around and around in your head because of something you're dealing with at the time. Physical exercise can give us a space to be able to process. It can be our meditation time. It can be our time to quiet our thoughts. It can be our time to think about those things. But because we're doing it while we're getting our body moving, it allows this to calm down because it's focusing on the movement of the body. So I hope that makes sense. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So if it's about the body for you, it's about the body. If it's about the mental or the emotional or combinations thereof, you know what that is for you and what would be needed for you. Okay. The next card that we have is Winter, and it says the answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. Okay. So for some of you, this is talking about, that the actual, manifestations that you've been working on, that maybe this coming winter for those of us who are in fall, and if you're, and even for those who are in the southern hemisphere, your colder months, whenever that falls for you, this is when there is something that is going to be coming or manifesting or coming to fruition for you. For those of us who this is like really several months away yet, I know that this is, sounds like shallow words, but try to not be disheartened because it's still probably farther away than what you would prefer, but at least it's coming, right? And trust me, I get it, because I struggle just like everybody else sometimes to be able to maintain a high vibration or a high frequency or stay in positive energies about something, especially if it's something that has not only gone on for months, but has gone on for multiple years. It can be far more challenging the longer that the time goes to make these things into a manifestation and into the tangible, into this reality, or I should say to shift them from the energetic, from thoughts and into the manifestation, into the here and now and into this reality. Don't move it over there. Okay, sorry. Sorry, trying to move something over here. It just makes noise and then it just gets in the way. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Next we have, you've got the power. So use your abilities to resolve the situation. And it's saying, that you can do it. Now we see her walking on a tightrope, right? Or if you can see that, but there is a tightrope there. And, she's got her wings out. She's ready to go. She's got support. There are 4 butterflies about transmutation. We also have a ladybug here. We have a dragonfly here. And we have this cute little field mouse here. And she's actually walking on a spider web. And just a moment here. All right. Sorry. All right, let me look here for just a second. Okay, no, these are berries down here. I thought maybe it was a spider, but we do see the spider web. That's what she's walking on, and you can see the other parts of the web over here. Okay, so yeah, I would say, well, to me, spiders on a personal level, very creepy, can't handle them. Although I do really love and enjoy the orb weavers that we get around here, and we actually get quite a few of them. And I find them just so beautiful. But that aside, distracted there. But we do see the spider web. Now, to me, spider webs, and again, take it how it resonates for you, because it's talking about having your power. For some, maybe the spider web can be talking about feeling trapped, because what does a spider use a web for aside from living in? But they use it to trap and to capture other things. For other people, this can be about just the amazing artistry and intricacy of spider webs and how incredibly beautiful that they can be. So there is that also. So again, take it how it resonates. If you are into animals, then, again, we have the butterfly, we have the ladybug, the dragonfly, and the field mouse. Excuse me. I don't know if that's a field mouse, but that's what came to my mind when I saw it, was the field mouse. There's also unicorns. You can look up unicorn energy, and see how that resonates with you. If you're into flowers, there is the iris. Unfortunately, I don't know which kind of iris this is, and I don't even know what you would actually describe that color as, because it seems to have black, yellow, and orange in it. The yellow and the orange makes me think of the chakra system. So again, you take it how it resonates, and you follow it from there if you so desire. Okay? All right. So we've already shuffled these, so I'm just going to do it once. And I do know we already cut the deck, but we're doing it again. Okay. So let's get some clarifiers for the get exercise. And I'm actually going to spread these out a little bit so that we have just a little more negotiating space. So on the bottom of the deck of this one, we have admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is you truly desire. So it could be, for some of you, possibly there's something that you're not wanting to admit to yourself, and this is creating some stress, some anxiety, some tensions within the body, the mind, the heart, whichever way. One of those places, two of those places, all three of them, whatever that is for you. So you may want to work through that. And we do see on here it talks about affirmations, and yet here in the winter it talks about affirmations. So the affirmation says to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire. Use positive affirmations. And over here it says the answer to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So there may be something either that you have been thinking about working on, or you have been working on. But it is important to be honest with ourselves. Excuse me. And, nobody knows what's best for you as well as you do. And there are things that maybe we don't want to admit to other people. Maybe we're not ready to be in that vulnerable state in this particular way or whatever. And that's okay. As long as you can be honest with yourself, that is the key. All right, so let's get a clarifier, or get some clarifiers for this get some exercise. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get a few more. Thank you, thank you. We'll go over each one of these in a minute. All right, let's get some clarifiers for winter. Let's get some clarifiers for the winter card, please. Ooh, 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 okay. Wow, we got decisions playing a role here. We're going to go this way because otherwise I'm going to run into these over here. For those of you who are new, if you're looking for somebody who does really short reads, I might not be your person. I tend to not only have long readings, but even when I set out with the intention to have a short reading, I go until I feel like the messages have been completed. And then then I'll go into closing. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers for You Got the Power. Nice. Okay, let's get at least one more. Let's get at least one more, please, for clarifiers for You Got the Power. All right, these are up, these are down. I'm not going to take all of them. I don't. Okay, they're saying take them all. Fine. All right. And this is what happens. This is what happens. This is why readings end up being longer, because there's just stuff comes through. And, you know, when the stuff comes through, I go with it. I just go with what I'm given, and that's how I move. That's what I do. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands with a victory. All right. So the King of Wands may be playing a role. Then again, they could be oh yeah. See, it could be that this King of Wands is the person who created some drama, some stress around money. Could be a person that I'm hearing created financial challenges for some. Not for everybody, but for some. Okay. Yeah. It's really a mixed bag. For some, this is someone coming in that possibly someone coming in that, you know, you may feel like, well, they can't come in. I'm too focused on this. I'm focused on my financial stressors. I'm worried about all these different things. And then this person shows up, but they're here to offer you an offering. Now, this could be a job offering, but because we have both the Lovers and the Two of Cups here with the Tower, I would say that this is somebody who's going to come in and shake up your world in a good way. Again, you take what resonates with you and leave the rest. You know, that's strictly up to you. Take it how it resonates. So yeah, there you go. All right. All right, but on the bottom of the deck, we do have, again, two queens, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and a victory. Now, for some of you, this could be someone coming along beside you who is going to guide, support, help, assist in some way, shape, or form to lead you to victory, to either that, or they're going to be somebody who maybe you're going to go into a partnership with of some kind, or maybe it's a new relationship, whatever kind of relationship that is for you. Or it can be a partnership. It can be a collaboration. It can be simply working on a project. But whatever it is, it's going to be leading to a victory. So that is quite beautiful. For some of you, it could be that this was something you've already done, and now you're kind of sitting here going, well, now what? What do I do now, right? And again, hence, you know, exercise for a lot of people, even for people who think that, well, exercise doesn't affect me that way, in the sense of it can be a space where you... it gets your mind busy and focusing on something else, and that in turn frees up your mind to all of a sudden get a download, to get information, to have an aha moment, where you're like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the answer. That's what I can do. Yeah. I do feel like, though, that because we have the Eight of Pentacles here, right? There is a lot of work, concentration, time, effort being put towards either healing your money or trying to create a craft of some sort to grow your money, or just trying to grow your money. You have your craft, now you're trying to just grow that into something profitable, something prosperous. And it's important to give your mind, body, and your emotions the break through exercise of some kind to just free yourself up, right? Because when we get so bogged down and we just keep working, we just become this bundled up, jumbled up mass. And this exercise allows you to release that, which lets your energy flow, it lets your ideas flow, it lets things get moving again. And it just refreshes us. So we come in with a refreshed energy when we come back in. We do have the Star card. And again, because we've got exercise, we've got money, and we have the Star card, and then we have a decision. So the Star card to me speaks of wishes coming true. I feel like it's like this one massive, massive one, and then we have all of these other wishes coming in. This can also be about finding balance. It can be that when we find balance, we are able to open the way for these wishes to come, these manifestations that we're wanting to bring in. To begin to come in and take place. Now, for me, the Two of Swords, for me as a reader, the Two of Swords, it can talk about your emotions, not looking at your emotions, not admitting your emotions. It can be about literally feeling your way. So it can be about just the opposite thereof, where you truly are tuning into your emotions because you're shutting out all of the other noise and you're tuning into your emotions, which again, exercise allows you to tune out other stuff and focus on something, what that something is that you're wanting to focus on. Or sometimes we think we're going to focus on this in our exercise, and we get that exercise gets everything moving. And all of a sudden our focus is over here, and it's exactly what we needed. So, you know, again, take it how it resonates, play with that for how it is for you. For me as a reader, this card also, along with the Six of Pentacles, to me represent the minor arcana's version of the Justice card. Because we have this here with the Star card, I feel it can be about making a decision or a choice. Whether we're going to choose to do this and support ourselves in the best way we know how or not is a choice. It's a decision. Again, nobody says you have to hire a coach, a nutritionist, a chef, a personal shopper, and go whole hog and become, you know, nobody's saying it has to be all this stuff. It only is whatever you want it to be. I do kind of feel like, though, for some too, that this is almost like a minor arcana Justice card with this major arcana Star card that has to do with money. It has to do with you've been working on this for quite some time, and there is you're on solid footing. The emotions are calm. They're calm waters. They're moving. Yes, they're flowing, but they're calm. And you're on solid footing. And I do feel like that balance has been found for some. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's almost like, for some of you, this is about that minor arcana Justice feeling. And this is the result of this is bringing in this energy of wishes coming true. And I do feel like for those of you who choose to engage in exercise of some way, shape, or form for yourself, that is what is going to boost this to come in quicker. Again, exercise can be just something that you find fun, whether that is taking your kids to the park and being crazy and playing on the jungle gym with them and swinging and going on the slides. Do that. It's exercise. If you love to dance, that's exercise. If you love yoga, I mean, come on, these are all different things that are forms of exercise. They don't have to be this or that, right? It can be whatever you want it to be. Okay. So enough said about that. Next, we have, again, things coming forward in the winter months. I would say for some of you, this is not saying that there aren't other things that are going to happen for you before winter, but that something big that you're wanting comes through in the winter months. I would say maybe in the winter months, because there are things. We do have the moon card, which is to me about things. We do have eclipses coming up though this month too. I believe there's another one coming. I don't know the date. You'd have to look at the calendars, but there is another eclipse coming up soon if we didn't already have it. I know we've had one already, but that there were two coming. So it could be about something around the eclipse time. It could be just saying that there are things that you don't know about, but that they will be illuminated. But it's just going to take some time for that to come through. I also feel like that there could be at play here that it is important to, instead of letting our mind and our emotions run amok and control us, it's about us controlling our mind and our emotions, right? And that comes through when we have mastery of that. And it takes a lot of strength to be able to do that. It takes strength. It takes being courageous and brave, right? It takes courageousness and bravery because we have to take ourselves in hand and really learn to step into our power and into being accountable with ourselves for ourselves, if that makes sense. Again, we have another thing here about balance, about a choice, about a decision, the yin, the yang, the balancing, the yes and no's, the pros and cons, learning to go with the flow of things, right? And again, it's about emotion. I really feel like emotion is very much in play here. And again, because we have the Strength card with the Queen of Cups and the Moon card, I feel like there's a lot that has to do with emotions, possibly illusions, or just we don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. And so we're trying to figure things out. We're trying to understand our emotions, or we're trying to come to a place of balance, which is going to require us to look within to do this. Okay. We do have support. She's got the 3 cherubs all around her. You've got angelic support here in the Strength card. For those of you, again, who want to look up things that have to do with animals, we do have the lion, the dog. I don't know if this is supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be a coyote. And then we have I don't know, is that supposed to be a lobster or a crab? I think it's a lobster. Can you tell I don't do much with anything oceany? I think it's a lobster, and a purple one at that. So if there is such a thing as a purple lobster that's ever been found, you may want to find out what are the energies about that. For some of you also, it's about learning how to juggle things because you've put your things out. You're just waiting for your ships to come in. They have not come to the shore yet. And so you're just trying to find balance while you're waiting for these things to come in and come forward. And just in case I don't think I showed you these. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles, the Star card, and the 2 of Swords. Okay. Okay, now we're over here. You've got the power. So again, this is telling us that whatever you're wanting to do here, you have the power within yourself to make this manifest, to create this, right? Getting that exercise is going to help you to do this. But again, notice there's a lot on here about balance. Again, she's on that tightrope of that web. And that to me is about balance, balance, and balance. All of these talk about balance. So for some of you, it could be, you know, you're doing great. You are finding your balance. That's amazing. For others of you, it's, you know, maybe that missing ingredient. One of those missing ingredients is it's about finding balance within, finding balance with your mental and your emotional and your physical. But I do feel balance is a very big message in this reading. Okay, so we have, you've got the power, finding that balance, using your abilities to resolve the situation, and you can do it, right? For some, it's, you know, we can do it, but it's going to require us to take a few steps first, right? We have to show that we're going to put in that effort and do what we can to help ourselves. We do have the Page of Wands. So this to me is about information coming in, an opportunity coming in, an action coming forward, something along those lines. It can be something that is about creativity, sexuality. It can be about passion, which doesn't necessarily have to mean sexuality. It can, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that. It can be about an opportunity to work with someone that ends up leading you to a passion or passions. Messages, communication, a playfulness. There's a playfulness there. It can be fire energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we, again, because we have this coming in, like an offering, a message, an opportunity, a communication, something coming in. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles, again, this is talking about possibly, you know, people either coming to you for goods, services, an ear, products, programs, friendship, a collaboration, a partnership of some sort, whatever that looks like for you. It can be about something to volunteer, something to, you know, be lucrative, something, a craft. I mean, it could be, just take it how it resonates. But I do feel like, because it's got wands on both sides of it, right? It's got the Ace of Wands with the Chariot on this side, which to me is talking about a brand new beginning, a brand new opportunity, and it could be something that's going to come through quickly. To me, the Chariot is also, again, about alchemizing, bringing into fruition. It's also about balance. So again, now we got balance, 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 balance. So I do find, if you feel that if you can find your footing, if you can find your balance, whether that is in your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or energetic bodies, ways of being, thinking, doing, being, whatever that is for you, that you are going to be bringing in, you know, these wishes. You are going to be bringing in these manifestations. You are going to be bringing in balance. You are going to be bringing in an opportunity to either collaborate, create, a partnership, a business, a job, whatever that is. And it has the potential to move very, very quickly. And it's also an offering for a new beginning. And I feel like it starts with this communication. Now, for some of you, this communication or this introduction or this meeting of people, I feel like can happen when you're out and about doing something. Okay, could be about this exercise thing, which again, maybe it's just you're out for a walk and you end up running into somebody. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like there's this meeting that is an opportunity for you. And it could move quickly. Now we have again here, now the Seven of Cups. Okay. So for some, this can be about confusion. For others, this can be about opportunities. I feel like for some too, though, it's like, this is what I'm trying to have, to create, to focus on, because this is what's been going on in my life. Now, if you can see the card clearly, the things that are on the outer part are things that most of us are going to look at as either negative or, well, I really don't want to experience this or that. And these things here in the center, these are going to be things that we're thinking, yeah, I do want that. I do want victory. I do want to have prosperity and riches, right? And I do want to have someone special in my life, whether that is a new business partner, a child, a partner, or whatever that looks like for you, or spiritual growth, or an enlightenment of some kind. You know, it can be looked at as a card of confusion. It can also be looked at as a card of opportunity, that the good things are coming forward and getting stronger and stronger and pushing those ones that we don't want to experience out of the way, right? But we have to be open to that. We have to be open to that. And we have to find our footing and our balance. And every time something changes, right, it requires us to kind of recalibrate and find our footing again. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be drama. As long as we go with the flow and we allow ourselves that adjusting time. Okay, there is also another opportunity coming here with the Ace of Swords, which to me, this is about a truth coming in that could lead to a victory. This is about justice. It can be about a justice that is going to lead to a victory. I'm really having my eye drawn to this crown. And I feel like for some of you, this is going to be about bringing your king/mate energy in. Now, just because I'm saying king doesn't have to mean that it's a male. It can be just that's the energy, the vibe that this person tends to carry or express themselves in. Can mean a male, but not necessarily. But I feel like finding your balancing and your footing, going out there and attempting to create what you're wanting to create, you know, getting yourself moving, working on your finances, saying your affirmations, putting out, those high vibrational energies. Finding your footing and allowing yourself to continue to balance and being out there is what's going to bring about this opportunity, which is going to get things moving for you. And they're showing us it's going to bring this to a space of contentment, self-contentment in your various life areas. And now, yes, this person is by themselves in this picture, but I mean, if you really stop and think about it, do you want to go into a relationship where you are out of balance? Do you want to go into a relationship, whether it's a renewal of a relationship or a new relationship, or just in a relationship that you've been in for a long time, but you would like to breathe new life into yourself, which of course is going to have that domino effect. Now, I say that with a caveat because we have to realize we are only responsible for ourselves, right? It is up to other people to do whatever it is, you know, that they're going to do. It is not up to us to save them. It's not up to us to fix them. It's not up to us to choose for them. And with that said, it's also not in alignment for ourselves to hold ourselves back out of fear that when we begin to grow and expand, that we're going to end up leaving somebody or some people behind, or some environments or situations, etc. behind. You know, bottom line is, if something's meant to be, it's going to be. So, you know, if they're meant to move and go with you in this process, they'll move and go with you. If they have to catch up later, then they'll catch up later. If it is that your time together of walking together and your journey is coming to a close, yes, that can be challenging to go through. Yes, we can feel sad about that. However, trying to stay in something that is not in alignment for yourself anymore is not only not in alignment for you, but then it throws them out of alignment. So take that how it resonates. There was somebody that I felt like needed to hear that. So that's what I'm putting out there. All right. These are all Cheryl Richardson decks. We have the self-care cards, we have the grace cards, and we have my daily affirmation cards. Again, love these cards. I don't know if they're still available or not, but you can always search that and see, excuse me, if you can find them. Okay. I'm pulling from these. I guess they brought these to my mind simply because I do feel that the bulk of this reading is about self-care, self-love, self-care, self-support, self-appreciation, self-acceptance, self-balance, your soul self, your soul self. This is a reading very much about the individual. And again, it's not selfish to take care of the individual. We all put out energy. We all put out energy, whether, the rippling of the water, as we see here in the star card, the rippling of the water, as things vibrate out, right? They affect others. And if we are operating out of alignment and low vibing energies, that's what we're putting out. That's what we're feeding into the world, into our families, into our associations. Not that it's our fault or it's our responsibility to make all those people feel better. All I'm saying is, people are like, oh, I can't do that. That makes me so selfish. Well, think about that. Would you rather be putting out those kind of vibrations, or would you rather take the time to really invest in yourself and really take care of yourself in all these various different ways, so that what you're putting out there is high vibrational, it's beautiful, it's light, it's love. And yes, there may be people that we end up leaving behind, but at the same time, even when that happens, you would be amazed at how many times that impact on the other person holds just as much potential for them to begin their journey on themselves as it did for you when it was yours. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But again, it's their choice. It's their decision. And it's not up to us to carry them or make them or, well, don't you see? And trying to justify how we feel or why we're doing what we're doing. Oh, that's so funny because that's the one that stuck out to me when I was shuffling. It says, I'm gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. Okay, and this is about emotional health. Put that one right there. I love these cards. Aw, see, it's about dogs. So cute. Loyalty. See, it's about being loyal to yourself. And I'm not talking about being selfish. I'm not talking about, in just an imbalanced way. I'm talking about doing this in a very balanced, healthy, high vibrational way, right? All right, we have, I tell the truth with grace and with love, and my relationships are transformed. See what it was just saying, right? Being true to ourselves is so important. And didn't we have a card here? I could have swore I saw a card that was about being truthful, telling ourselves, being truthful with ourselves. Where is that deck? Oh my gosh, you guys. It's just like, what did I do with the whole deck? The rest of this deck? I said it somewhere. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Admit your true feelings to yourself, right? I tell the truth. Come on. I tell the truth with grace and love, and my relationships are transformed. But if we're not going to be truthful with ourselves, how can we be truthful with anybody else? Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we're not being truthful with ourselves, then everything that we're presenting, it's skewed by that not being truthful with our self-perception. I hope that makes sense. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, see, and again, it's about money. It's about finances. Not entirely, but again, stop and think about this a minute. Love and money hold very, very similar vibrations. They're very, very close. So if you have issues with one, you may have issues with the other, or typically have issues with the other. So, again, working on our money, but it's also about our body and ourselves. It's about, our relationships. Because when we're gentle with ourselves, when we're truthful with ourselves, and we tell ourselves what it is we really want to create. What do we really want? What do we really want out of life? Are we afraid to admit that because we're afraid of other people's judgments? I know I used to be. And it takes a lot of bravery, a lot of courage to say, I don't care what you think. This really is what I want. This really is what I want. And, if that doesn't work for you, that's okay, because I'm not saying it's for you. This is for me. This is what I want for me. This is what I'm doing for me, because that's what's aligned for me, right? And then this one is, I love being debt-free. I love being debt-free. And this is about our prosperity, right? Which again makes total sense when this is around, a money. Abundance flows into my life in surprising and miraculous ways every day. Prosperity. I would go so far as though to say that it's about more than just money. I would also say, for those of you who like to look things up, look up the energies of the sunflower. And for some reason, I'm also getting daisy, and I realize these are just sunflowers in the various stages of growth, but for some reason, I'm getting a daisy. And yes, I realize that, there are daisies that are yellow, I think. Anyway. Yes. I am a master at setting boundaries that protect my time, energy, creativity, and my emotional well-being. I would also go farther and say my physical health, my mental health, my energetic health, my intuitive health. If we don't have boundaries with ourselves and we don't uphold those boundaries with ourselves, how are we going to uphold those boundaries with other people? So if we violate our own boundaries, how are we going to expect other people to respect our boundaries? Think about that. Let's get one more. Okay. Well, we're going to put that one over there with that because that's there. Yep, I get it. Sorry, they're showing me like what goes where. Yeah. Okay. Oops, see, that one didn't want to come away. All right, so then we're going to leave this one over here. This one, and I feel like the reason this one seems so much busier is because it's the first step. And like I said, it does take a willingness to put ourselves first, which isn't easy if we haven't been doing that. Okay, so we've got release. Okay, which when we exercise, not only do we sweat out those toxins, which release it out of our body, we can release pent-up energy, stress, tension, anxiety. It says, let go. When we release our attachment to the outcome, we allow the power of grace to work its magic. Yeah, okay. See, so there may be some that are struggling with holding so tightly. And again, it's because, when we allow our mind to run away with us, when we allow our emotions to run away with us, then our mind and our emotion are in control instead of us being in control of our mind and our emotions. So by releasing your attachment, it's like, and that's true. It's like I know, because I've done this so many times, right? I start out, I was like, okay, this is what I'm wanting to raise my vibration to be a match for. This is what I'm calling in, and let it be whatever it's going to be. I take the steps. I take care of myself. I put my intentions out there, and now it's up to you to figure that out and make it work, right? However that is supposed to be. And then when it's my part to do something, bring that to my conscious awareness, right? And then I can carry out whatever's mine is mine, and what is not for me to do, I release that to you, God, source, spirit, universe, utmost high, whatever that is for you, right? And we can start out that way with a great intention to do that, but then it's like, no, that's not what I wanted. I want it to look like this, and it has to happen on this day, and it has to look like this, and right. Then we have all these attachments, and basically, in a nutshell, we gum up the works. Stay connected to the divine. Pray. And here it's talking about, your prayers and your affirmations. So whether you don't want to call it prayers or whatever, your intentions, your prayers, your affirmations, your manifestations, whatever that is for you is what's right for you, right? Prayer, express your gratitude or ask for help out loud. Make the practice of devotion a daily habit. And again, with this exercise thing, and that's why I'm putting it over here, because I'm really feeling like this is really key for most of us, if not, well, it's really key for most of us. This is going to allow our spiritual connection to get stronger, because as we are exercising, and again, that can just be walking, it can be dancing, it can be doing gardening, it can be whatever that is for you. Go to the gym if that's what, you enjoy doing. Whatever that is for you, that this can allow you to have that beautiful connection get stronger and stronger, or even to create that beautiful connection for the first time, or develop that connection. So there you go. And again, Revelation came out up here, and I felt to put it here because I do feel like this is going to allow your mind to open to let things come in, to bring your aha moments. Yeah. Listen to your life. The right path will reveal itself. Do you hear that? Listen to your life. Our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic, cosmic, galactic, intuitiveness, psychicness, our gifts, these things can reveal themselves to us when we're in a space to receive that message, that understanding, that knowingness. And we see how these things either are or are not, or are trying to come into our life, right? Listen to your life, and the right path will reveal itself. Revelation. Which I feel very kind of bridges these two from here to, again, the affirmations and taking yourself in hand, having mastery over yourself, looking into your emotions and really allowing yourself to deal with them, heal them. All right, we've got time. Schedule a sacred date with yourself. You deserve time for your life. Again, this isn't about being selfish, but it is talking very much about, and I had said that somewhere over here, about it not being selfish to do this investment of self-love, self-care, self-appreciation, self-acceptance, self-support, self. And again, I don't mean that in a selfish way at all. Okay. And over here we had, you've got the power, you can do it, right? And then all the messages over here. And then we got the card power with a yellow tulip. Well, it's yellow and orange, tulip, and a butterfly. And there's a specific type of butterfly that has that eye. And I don't know if you can see that. It has that fake out eye kind of there. There's another one here, but you can't see it. And that is a specific kind of butterfly, but I can't think of what it's called right now. But again, if you look up tulips, and I don't know if that to you is yellow, if it's orange, if it's both, you may want to look them up. And if you can find this type of butterfly with what looks like an eye on the tip of each wing. But butterflies themselves are about, right? Metamorphosis, transformation, going from that caterpillar to a butterfly. Own your power. You've got the power. Own your power. Okay? Every storm brings a fresh new beginning. Every storm brings a fresh new beginning. Own your power. And then over here we have connection. Connect with someone special. A loved one is a gift to treasure. Okay. And again, these are two people, male and female, that are in the hands of the divine, and they're both naked. So there's no shame. There's no, discomfort. There's none of that. Again, don't get hung up on the genders. It is what it is. Whatever that is for you, that's what it is for you. I'm just telling you what's on the picture. But yeah, so I do really feel like the key to all of this starts over here. So whatever that looks like for you guys. But there you go. I hope that this resonates with you. Please don't forget to give it that thumbs up if it does. And subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when new content goes up. And until next time, talk to you guys later. Bye.